We are given that fx is a cubic function, and therefore f dash x will be a quadratic function. Now we are given that fx has a relative maximum or a minimum at x is equal to -1 and x is equal to 1 upon 3. And therefore the derivative of fx must be 0 at those 2 points. In other words, f dash -1 is equal to 0 and f dash 1 upon 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, f dash x has 2 roots, which are x is equal to -1 and x is equal to 1 upon 3. And therefore, f dash x can be expressed as p times x plus 1 times x minus 1 upon 3, where p is an unknown constant. This simplifies to p times in brackets x squared plus 2x upon 3 minus 1 upon 3. Integrating both sides, we get fx is equal to p times in brackets x cubed upon 3 plus 2 upon 3 times x squared upon 2 minus x upon 3 plus the constant of integration. Now we are given that the function fx vanishes at x is equal to -2. Therefore, f of -2 is equal to 0, which implies that p times in brackets minus 8 upon 3 plus 4 upon 3 plus 2 upon 3 plus c is equal to 0. In other words, minus 2p upon 3 plus c is equal to 0, and so c is equal to 2p upon 3. Let's call this result 1. Now we are also given that integral -1 to 1 fx dx is equal to 14 upon 3. Substituting the value of fx obtained earlier, this implies that integral -1 to 1 p times in brackets x cubed upon 3 plus x squared upon 3 minus x upon 3 plus c dx is equal to 14 upon 3, which implies that p upon 3 times in brackets x raised to power 4 upon 4 plus x cubed upon 3 minus x squared upon 2 plus cx, the limits of x are -1 and 1, is equal to 14 upon 3. Putting in the limits, we get p upon 3 times in brackets 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 3 minus half plus c minus in brackets p upon 3 times in brackets 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 3 minus half minus c is equal to 14 upon 3. The first and third term in both brackets cancel out, and therefore we are left with 2p upon 9 plus 2c is equal to 14 upon 3. Now from result 1, we already know that c is equal to 2p upon 3. Substituting this, we get 2p upon 9 plus 4p upon 3 is equal to 14 upon 3, which implies that 14p upon 9 is equal to 14 upon 3, or p is equal to 9 upon 3, which is equal to 3. Therefore, the value of c, which is equal to 2p upon 3, is equal to 2. Substituting these values of p and c, fx is equal to 3 times in brackets x cubed upon 3 plus x squared upon 3 minus x upon 3 plus 2, which simplifies to x cubed plus x squared minus x plus 2, which is the required answer.